Hi, today I'm going to compare the Breville Barista Pro and the HiBREW H7B. Both have built-in grinders, so they're great for home use and for beginners who don't want to buy a separate grinder. I've owned the Barista Pro for more than 3 years, and I recently reviewed the H7B. Their designs and target users are pretty similar. So I want to go over the differences to help you decide which one might work better for you. Let's start with the most significant difference between them, the heating system. The Barista Pro uses something called the thermojet system, which is up and running in about 3 seconds. Of course, 3 seconds doesn't mean it's fully at its ideal brewing temperature right away, but by the time you've measured your beans and tamped your puck, it's ready to go. That's incredibly fast and perfect if you want your espresso right after you turn it on. The catch is that it only has one heating element, so you can't brew espresso and steam milk at the same time. Still, the thermojet system is quick, and you can get steam in only about 5 to 10 seconds, so it's not a long wait. The HiBREW H7B takes about 40 seconds to preheat, which is slower than the Barista Pro. On the upside, you get 2 separate heating elements, one for brewing and one for steaming. That means you can pull your shot and froth your milk at the same time. If you often make multiple drinks in a row, this saves a lot of time and effort. Now that we know the main difference in heating, let's look at design and build quality. Both the H7B and the Barista Pro are about the same size and share a similar layout. The grinder is on the left, the group head and steam wand are on the right, and the control panel is in front. The Barista Pro's group head is 54mm, while the H7B's is 58mm. Both use a 3-tab portafilter design, so they aren't really compatible with most third-party portafilters made for other machines. My Barista Pro's steam knob looks a bit different because I added a lever myself. The H7B comes with a lever-style steam knob right out of the box, and it looks pretty nice. When it comes to water tanks, the H7B can hold about 2.7 liters, while the Barista Pro holds about 2 liters. With the H7B, you can almost use all the water before it warns you that it's low, so you won't have to refill as often. The Barista Pro tends to alert you sooner, even when there's still a decent amount of water left. Both machines have a 3-way solenoid valve and a drip tray that's big enough to handle everyday use. They also have some storage space behind the drip tray for cleaning tools. The H7B adds a neat feature here. Inside its drip tray, there's a small steam box. If you add a little water to that box, it reduces the steam released when the machine vents pressure. That helps keep moisture away from the hopper. As for build quality, the Barista Pro's body is mostly metal, giving it a more premium feel. The H7B uses hard plastic. It's still solid, but it doesn't have the same upscale heft as the Barista Pro. If you care about a metal finish, the Barista Pro might be more your style. Just be careful with scratches. If you're okay with a stable, well-built machine without the metal body, the H7B is perfectly fine. Now, let's look at the grinders. Both machines have about 30 grind settings built in. On the Barista Pro, you turn a knob on the left side to change the grind size, and you can see the setting right on the display. On the H7B, you twist the bean hopper itself to adjust the grind setting. It works fine, but it feels a bit less direct than the Barista Pro's approach. The H7B gives you more precise control when setting the grinding time, letting you adjust in 0.1 second increments. The Barista Pro changes time in 0.5 second increments. But the Barista Pro fights back with a built-in trigger switch. Push your portafilter in, and the grinder starts automatically, making it really convenient to dose without pressing extra buttons. You can easily remove the hopper on both machines to get to the burrs for cleaning. This helps keep old grounds from affecting your coffee's taste. The Barista Pro's grinder can also be micro-adjusted inside, giving you a slightly wider grind range. Both machines use stainless steel conical burrs, but their burr geometry is different. The Barista Pro's burr has a 6-cone design, while the H7B has 5 cones. Comparing them side by side, I noticed that the Barista Pro's burr is slightly larger than the one in the H7B. Both machines have generous hoppers that can hold plenty of beans. The H7B's hopper is a bit larger, and it also includes a bellows attachment. If you like single dosing or want to reduce grind retention, you can use the bellows to clear out leftover grounds. In my experience, the H7B ends up with less retention overall. Let's look at the control panels and settings. The Barista Pro uses an LCD screen combined with buttons and a knob. It feels very intuitive to use. You can scroll through the menu, see your grind settings, shot timer, and more, all in a straightforward way. The H7B, on the other hand, has a color LCD with touch buttons. It looks more modern and shows shot time, steam time, and all your settings. The only catch is that getting to certain settings involves pressing specific button combos. That's something you need to get used to. Now, about customization. Both machines have pre-infusion built in, which helps prepare the coffee puck before full pressure hits. On the Barista Pro, it's a fixed 5 seconds, and you can't change it. The H7B lets you adjust pre-infusion from 0 to 10 seconds, giving you more control over flavor and extraction. Both machines have PID temperature control, but the Barista Pro only lets you pick from a few preset temperature levels, without showing exact numbers. The H7B lets you dial in a temperature between 80 and 95 degrees Celsius, and actually shows the exact number. You can also switch between Celsius and Fahrenheit, which is great if you are particular about hitting a precise temperature. When it comes to steam, the Barista Pro gives you a fixed steam power. You can't change that. The H7B lets you tweak the steam temperature, so you have more say in how strong the steam is. The H7B also comes with 2 steam tips, 1-hole and 3-hole, while the Barista Pro has a 4-hole tip. In my experience, the H7B's steam feels a bit stronger and steam faster than the Barista Pro. Both machines let you program shot volume, but they do it differently. The Barista Pro programs by time, while the H7B lets you set a milliliter amount. Neither is perfectly accurate, so you'll probably need to experiment a bit. Honestly, I prefer just weighing my shots with a scale for the best consistency. They both can dispense hot water. The Barista Pro's hot water spout is near the group head, so you can fit a taller cup under it, though it might splash a bit. The H7B has a separate hot water outlet on the side that's faster and smoother, but you might not fit a tall mug there. One of the H7B's standout features is its one-touch Americano function. You can fit a mug under both the espresso and hot water spouts, press one button, and it first dispenses the hot water, then pulls the espresso shot right into the same cup. You can even customize the volumes. The Barista Pro can make an Americano too, but it takes a few more steps. The H7B's approach is just easier and faster if that's your go-to drink. Now let's pull a shot of espresso on both machines. I've dialed in the H7B so that 14.7 seconds of grinding yields about 18 grams of coffee. The grinding speed and noise level are pretty similar on both machines. Keep in mind that using auto grinding doesn't guarantee the same dose every time. You'll need to experiment a bit to find the right setting. Next, I do a quick puck prep. Some people think a 58mm basket is always better than a 54mm one, but that's not necessarily true. The Barista Pro can still produce excellent espresso if you prepare your puck properly. For me, having a 58mm basket is nice because I already have a bunch of puck prep tools that fit it. After pushing the brew button, both machines start the pre-infusion. The H7B is hitting the target shot time, while the Barista Pro might need a slightly coarser grind to get a similar yield. Still, both shots look great, with rich crema and a classic espresso texture. If you dial them in correctly, both machines can pull really good espresso. When it comes to accessories, HiBREW is more generous. It comes with a digital scale, bellows for single dosing, and a tamping mat. Its portafilter has a wooden handle, which some people might appreciate. And the temper also seems better than what Breville provides. The H7B even includes a dosing funnel in the box. I had to buy one separately for my Barista Pro before, but it seems that the newer Breville models now include a simple plastic funnel. Both machines come with a milk jug and pressurized baskets. So you're set for a variety of brewing methods right from the start. When I bought my Barista Pro, it was over $800, though sometimes I've seen it on sale for closer to $600. The Barista Pro can still be a bit pricier than the H7B. Considering what you get for the money, the H7B offers more customization, true simultaneous brewing and steaming, and more useful accessories right out of the box. As far as grinder performance goes, both are perfectly fine for espresso, but if you're used to a standalone, high-end espresso grinder, you might feel they lack a bit in micro adjustments. Still, both machines can pull great shots and have enough steam power to create the silky milk texture you need for latte art. Brand reputation and long-term reliability are also worth thinking about. Breville is a well-established company, and my Barista Pro has been running strong for around 4 years with no issues. HiBREW is newer, and while I've had a great experience with the H7B so far, I've only been using it for a couple of months, so I can't say how it'll hold up over time. If you're open to trying a newer brand and want more features and customization, the H7B might really impress you. Which one would you pick? Let me know in the comment below. Thanks for watching.